every parkour athlete or free runner in the world can probably agree with me when I say it can be so easy to have the perspective that the world is our playground. You can look out around and just see things that you can do and try, and we can physically practice our skills and the things that we do practically anywhere we want. The thing is, we do have to be respectful about it. There are lots of places that we can practice, such as playgrounds and parks, and just lots of places that are just free communities, or even stuff in your own backyard, or just being creative and finding other places. And we can do all that without causing extra damage or harm. But there are also places that we can A, cause damage and harm, B, disrespect others and get ourselves in trouble and get them in trouble. But it's also not about the trouble. The thing is that, let's say you're on someone's roof, per se, okay, or you're on a store manager, or okay, let's just say you're on a school roof, right? You're on the school roof, and if you fall through or something, and then that puts it on the school as well. That doesn't just impact you, it's not just your fault. And this is just something that I had to learn as I go through the things that I'm gonna talk about here. So, okay, for example, take cars. Depending on the size of a car, they can be perfect for practicing. And I must say that I am guilty of doing so, as you just saw there. But since then, counseling with parents and others who didn't like that I had used that car for my parkour purposes, I realized that I shouldn't have done it without the owner's permission. Like, imagine if I had badly damaged it. And you guys know that I do parkour on my truck all the time, but the thing is, I have permission to use that, and I'm not going to do anything like do a backflip on the roof of the truck that would damage it, you know? You gotta... Anyway. So if you're going to do something like that, which I do recommend using trucks and stuff, they're great for practicing things, but just be respectful about it. Make sure you have permission before using those kind of things. Another, possibly even bigger thing is roofs. Roofs are fun and they're everywhere, and it's fun to figure out how to get up there and just see the things that you can do. It's great views and stuff depending on how high up you go or just where you're at. And then some places just aren't right though. Another example of me being a bad example, I know this is kind of why I'm doing this, is in my parkour POV at a church video, which I took down for some of these reasons that in this video. You can already start to see what's wrong, right? Church parkour, yeah. Yeah, I got on the roof of a church, and it's definitely not very respectful and not something I'm going to repeat. I'm not going to do that again. I don't encourage anyone else to do that. It is wrong of me to do that. And so, here's another story. One day, my friends and I were sitting outside in the courtyard. This is during school, during lunchtime. And we were just kind of bored, having fun, so we threw a banana on the roof, and then I went up and got it. Okay, I was only on the roof for a few seconds. I just didn't do a flip, and this teacher saw me, and I'm not kidding about this, they were going to expel me for doing that. No joke, they were gonna expel me, and there were only two reasons why they didn't. The first is because I was cooperative and respectful to them when they were questioning me, and the second is because I didn't have a previous record. That's it. I still got in trouble. I got 9 days of in-school suspension, and so it started out as my friends and I having fun during lunch turned into me almost getting expelled. Not the best experience. Now, first of all, I really hope that I haven't influenced anyone that watches my channel to get on their school roof or anywhere that would get you in trouble, or that is super dangerous. Yeah, there are plenty of places that you should be free to practice as you please, like we mentioned earlier. And if you try, if you're respectful, you ask somebody, you could get permission to go on their car or their roof or something like that, you know? Just like I got permission to use the truck. And just remember to use respect towards the environment and also other people to criticize you for what you do. Like, it's not just about the environment, it's about the people, it's how the people react, and And like I said earlier, it doesn't just impact you. It's not just you getting in trouble. It impacts other people, and it's just bad mojo. And so imagine this. Okay, this could be kind of crazy, but imagine if I had damaged those cars. I could have been sued or arrested for property damages. And even though it may seem unlikely, I could have injured myself on the roof or when I got off the roof. And what would really be worse for me is if someone without the training and skill that I have saw me on the roof and then decided to try it, and then they injure themselves or get themselves killed. Okay, people get inspired by watching parkour videos. That's why there's so many tutorials on how to safely do it. I know there are some parkour videos that motivate me to do all these awesome and potentially dangerous things. And even some music I listen to has an effect like that on me. Now, I know that I have gone lots of different ways with this, but it all comes down to respect for the environment and respect to others. Even if it may seem like something small and people are overreacting, it's those people that are overreacting that decide what the consequences are, and those are the people that are probably also getting affected by it. And another thing, it also has to do with the way we reflect. The way we reflect ourselves. The way we reflect how, as a community, we respond. Okay, so people don't understand what we do as parkour athletes or free runners. They don't understand it. And so if we come across as disrespectful to them when they're getting on to us for doing something, then that creates a stereotype for us and for like anyone else who does it. It creates a bad reputation for the entire parkour community. And then another thing is, I'm a teenager, and teenagers already have bad reputations just because, I don't really know, just because people, sometimes we're not the best, bad examples or just disrespectful things like that, and we don't want that kind of reputation. But kind of have to change it if we don't want it. We don't want to bring it on ourselves to have that reputation. And so really all just comes back to staying respectful, and just sometimes you might want to get heated or defend yourself from things. Like there was one time my friend Mason and I, we went to the playground and we were doing flips on the playground, and there was the other little kids there. We were keeping our distance from them, and this parent comes up and she's like, "Hey, stay away from my kids." And while she wasn't very nice about it, she kind of just told us as if we were like the devil, kind of, which is what I said about bad reputations. And so we decided, okay, we don't think it's a big deal, but we're gonna go anyway. And so we went and flipped somewhere else. No big deal, right? But imagine if we had been disrespectful. She could have called the cops or someone with higher authority, and that would get us in trouble. But like I said, it's not about just getting in trouble. It's like, what if we didn't listen to her and then we ended up injuring one of our kids, right? That would have been even worse. So it all comes back to just staying respectful to people and their property. And thanks for watching, guys.